Well, everybody, this is Superman Media 2002 here, back once again. This is going to be a VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray update for July 24th, 2025. And today, while we're doing some errands, got some VHS tapes from the Youth Ranch, a few DVDs from also the Youth Ranch, and a couple of DVDs and Blu-rays from Walmart while we're shopping there. So, anyways, no time to waste. Let's get on with the update. And there's gonna be another update, which is right here. Never heard this one. So I decided to grab it. I'll grab it for the collection since it's a BBC tape. I'll write the print dates down after the video. The week and year code's the 43rd week of 1999. Got another Peter Rabbit and Friends tape for the collection, which I'm very lucky to find. And I'll check the tape after dinner, since I think this is the real tape. But the original label fell off. But the owners fixed it, so yep. And finally, here's the last clamshell for this update. Then I'll get to the cut box, and the rest are slipcovers. And I found another Disney live-action movie for the collection. So, yep. Blue lid and black wheels on this tape, which is kind of rare. March 16th, 2004, so printed 10 days after my second birthday of that year. And this is also a reprint as well. But even though this tape is from 2002, since the tape came out, so yep. That's it for the clamshells. Let's get on with the cut box, and the rest are slipcovers. So, anyways, here we go. And I finally have this movie in the collection. I finally have this movie for the collection. So, I decided to watch this movie as soon as possible. And this is a rare 1989 VHS of this tape, since the original came out in 1989, I think. And I don't think this is I don't think this tape do not have the print date. That's it for the cut box. That's it for one cut box for this update. And now the rest are slipcovers. So, anyways, here we go. I finally have this movie for the collection. And I do love Richard Dreyfuss and Amy Irving, so I decided to get this movie. printed the 26th week of 1996. I finally have this movie at last, so I will plan on checking this movie out soon. So, yep. And of course, this movie won Best Picture at the Academy Awards of 1942. Oh, my mom just walked by, so just ignore the background. Just focus on me. And this tape is still sealed, so I decided to open this tape up on camera. And this is a reprint too. The print date is October 9th, 1997. And too bad this tape do not have any ads on. Too bad this tape do not have any ads whatsoever. But at least I have the movies, so yep. Finally have this movie for the collection, so I decided to watch this movie when I get home from visiting Boise. Or visiting my trip, that is. May 6, 1997. And I do remember had this DVD since 2011, but I gave it away, so I decided to get this tape from the youth ranch today, so yep. And finally, here's the last tape for this here's the last tape for this update. And I finally have this movie. The two youth ranches, they have VHS tapes, but only a few, so I decided to get a few tapes for a collection, so yep. And the week and year code is the 20, I think the week and year code's the 23rd week of 1990, I think. Yeah, print the 23rd week of 1990. And this tape is a film rental from Video Mania Inc. So, yep. That's it for the VHS tapes. Now, on to the DVDs and Blu-rays that I'm about to show right now. So, yep. I remember watching this movie on YouTube just a couple times, but now I have the movie on DVD. So, yep. Paramount Pictures movie. This is also coming by Columbia Pictures, Nickelodeon Movies, and Amblin Entertainment. Which, all the four companies that they showed before the movie. And I will be rewatching this movie when I get home from visiting Boise. Just to let you all know. I finally have this movie right here. So, yep. In which I heard this movie is a classic from 1980. I was going to get this movie on VHS, but I decided to get this movie on DVD. And I'm not going to get the sequel, in which I'm sticking with the first movie from 1980. I finally have this movie for the collection, in which I do remember had this DVD for a very long time. But now, back in 2022, I did rewatch this movie on HBO Max. But now, I finally have this movie on DVD, so I will be rewatching the Dark Knight trilogy as soon as possible. So, yep. And I remember watching this movie on YouTube back in 2021 or 2022. I meant that was a good Christmas movie, so I decided to get this movie for the collection. And I finally have this movie for the collection. If anyone hates this movie, I can handle your opinion on a Minecraft movie, because I will be watching this movie as soon as possible as well. And don't get me started on the meme that we're not going to talk about, or else you're going to be banned from my community forever. Yeah, like I said, if you guys hate this movie, I can handle your guys' opinion. And I do remember playing Minecraft when I was 11, which Blake been a fan of this video game ever since. So anyways, let's continue. And I finally have this movie for the collection, but I don't have the sequel yet, in which I'm going to stick with the first Sisterhood of Traveling Pants movie. So, yep. And now, 2 more DVDs for this update, and then I'll be showing the rest of the Blu-rays. So, yeah. I finally have this movie for this collection, which I haven't seen this one. I haven't seen this movie yet, but I will as soon as possible when I've been watching the Transformers movies. And finally, here's the last DVD for this update. And I haven't seen this movie for a very long time, which I had this DVD since 2010 that I got for my 8th birthday. But now, I finally have this movie at last. And I will be rewatching this movie again very soon. When I get when I get home from visiting Boise, like I said before, so yep. And now the rest are Blu-rays, so here we go. Blake and I was originally going to be seeing this movie in theaters, but never got the chance to see this one. But now I have the movie on Blu-ray at last, so yep. And I heard this movie is really good, so decided to get this movie for the collection. And we all know that 20th Street Studios, or 20th Street Fox formerly, is now owned by Disney. Code, if you want it, here it is. Take it. Let me get these tapes right here. There. That's better. Anyways, let's continue. Haven't seen this movie yet, but I will as soon as possible. And I finally have the sequel on Blu-ray, which I do have the first Moana movie on Blu-ray, in which I will be rewatching the first Moana movie and then the sequel. And we all know this and The Amateur are now be distributed by Sony Pictures Home Entertainment, since Buena Vista Home Entertainment is no longer distributes the physical media for Disney. But at least this but at least they finally put artwork on Blu-rays, but not the DVD, because still have the boring gray disc, which is kind of strange for Disney. But anyways, here's the code if you guys want it. And I will be rewatching the first two Moana movies as soon as possible, or the first one needs a rewatch and the sequel needs a watch entirely, so yep. And I finally have the first Planes movie on Blu-ray, in which I have the sequel on DVD, so yep. And I remember renting DVD from Redbox back in 2013 when this physical media came out. But it needs a rewatch since I haven't seen the first Planes movie in a really long time. And the sequel needs a watch soon, since I haven't seen the sequel yet. And finally, here's the last Blu-ray for this update. And I finally have this movie on Blu-ray, in which Blake and I saw this movie in theaters at the former Regals Theater back in 2019 while I'm visiting Boise. And I remember seeing this sequel on Disney Plus. But now the franchise will be celebrating the 30th anniversary in November, in which I'll be rewatching the first 4 Toy Story movies as soon as possible. So, yep. And there's going to be Toy Story 5, which will be coming out next year, in which I'm going to stick with the first 4 Toy Story movies since I had enough with the first 4 Toy Story movies. So, yep. So anyways, guys, that's it for the VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray update for July 24th, 2025. This is Superman Me 2002. See y'all later, and have a great rest of your guys' day. And I'll be going home to Lewiston on Saturday, so... Yep.